Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This week was probably one of the best new Doctor Who episodes. We got to witness one of the biggest moments in human history, or I guess you should say future human history. It was also a big callback to the third Doctor episode, Planet of the Spiders. It was a pretty scary episode, but it was also a lot of fun, although I feel like everyone's gonna have a lot to say about Clara. And really good news too, I know you guys will like this, the people at the Doctor Who Legacy game reached out to me about doing an extra giveaway. So in addition to the regular weekly giveaway, I'll have a game code to give away. So I'll have details about that at the end of the video. But remember, all you have to do to enter the regular giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Really simple. Okay, so spider time, let's get down to business. Careful for spoilers from the episode if you haven't seen it yet, but here are my top 5 moments. I'll wait just a sec. Okay, here we go. Number 5. Mothballing the shuttle program bites the United States in the ass. Literally. Okay, so I am a huge NASA geek and a huge space geek, so back in 2011, when the US mothballed its shuttle program, I was really upset. I love that Doctor Who turned that into a cautionary joke. Really, the whole episode was a cautionary tale about the value of the space program in every country. The United States actually just teamed up with India to explore Mars, so the lesson is not totally lost. But you get the idea. Ignore space at the peril of hatching moon creatures. Mexico also deserves a giant high five for spending the money to build a mining operation on the moon. Sucks they didn't find any minerals, but when the moon is a giant egg, really there's nothing you can do about it. I just love that they literally had to pull the space shuttle out of a museum and fix it to go to the moon. In reality, right now, the United States and other countries that want to go to the International Space Station typically hitch a ride with Russia's space program. Number 4, the Doctor takes Courtney to the moon to make her feel special. It's really hard to tell how seriously he took fixing Courtney and Clara's feelings in the episode. I'll talk about Clara in a second, she's like a whole different story. What was going on with Courtney was the Doctor wasn't trying to be mean, he was just offhandedly dismissing her, in the way that he dismisses things. Of course, Courtney, being a 15-year-old girl, is something of an emotional sponge, and the Doctor just kind of tramples over it. Sometimes I get the sense, though, that the Doctor totally understands what's going on socially, like whenever he says really awful things, and he's just being funny, like in his own way. I feel like the comments that he made at the end of the episode also implied that the female president was supposed to be Courtney, although there are some logic issues with that. The timeline is right, though. Courtney would be about 48 years old, but since she's British, she'd technically become the prime minister, not the president. The only issue I took with the episode was Clara at the end of the episode. You know, even if the Doctor was being callous in his treatment of them, in the way he was treating their feelings, he's not there to make your decisions for you. Like, he's not your parent, and he's not responsible for the choices you make. He did totally deliver on Courtney, though. She walked away being the first woman to walk on the moon's surface, and she probably grows up to become the prime minister, or something amazing just in general. Courtney was awesome in this episode, Clara was not. There were a lot of references to Waters of Mars between the Courtney story as well as the female astronaut. You know, Adelaide, strong woman, obviously an analog for what Courtney might end up being, but also someone who made a lot of hard choices like the female astronaut in the episode. Number 3, the Doctor cannot see fixed moments in time. I don't think this was giant foreshadowing for the finale or anything. The Doctor has made this comment in the past. He's not lying either. There are always going to be moments in time he can't see clearly, but the key word is clearly. He does have a general idea of what could happen, and he can make deductions based on the available information. The thing that confused me a little was when they were on the beach watching the creature hatch, and he had that big speech about humanity spreading itself to the stars, he seemed really sad. I kind of wonder if he was thinking about the events of Utopia and the Sound of Drums. Remember, when the Master tricked the remnants of humanity into becoming the Toclafane. Number 2, Planet of the Spiders. The spiders were really a small part of the episode, but it was a nice reference to the third Doctor's last story, Planet of the Spiders. At the end of that, he regenerated into the fourth Doctor, so not only was it really creepy because of giant spiders, it was also a big moment in Doctor Who history. I love that Courtney was able to neutralize them with Windex. It's funny how sometimes Doctor Who as a series, just in general, will take a lot of care in teasing big things like big scary spiders, and then just throw them away with a joke. All the promos that the BBC posted for this episode teased the spiders as being the big threat, but then they basically just, squirted it away with some Windex. And my number 1 moment, the moon is an egg. They were very non-specific about what kind of creature it was. The Doctor just says it's the only one of its kind, but it is capable of fertilizing its own eggs, so it can reproduce. It just has a gestation period of 100 million years. Just a small blink in the life of the universe. There was actually a Next Gen episode where they did Giant Space Baby. The Enterprise has to help it hatch, and then it imprints thinking the ship is its mother. It would be kind of funny if a giant space baby thought the TARDIS was its mother. Technically, the TARDIS is alive, but it doesn't really reproduce in that way. It grows like a tree. Like the Doctor breaks off a piece of it and gives it to the 10-2 Doctor to grow another TARDIS. That's actually what we need for the next big Doctor Who anniversary. We need like a scene on Gallifrey where we get to watch TARDISes being built. Somebody start a letter writing campaign to Moffat. We want to see a TARDIS hatchery. Let me know what your favorite moment from the episode was. You know, all the Tumblr, moon hatching. Generally, this was probably one of my most favorite episodes so far, but here are a few references that I spotted that I didn't already mention. First was the Neil Armstrong speech Courtney Woods did. One giant leap for a thingy thing. Who needs to pay attention in history class? Definitely not Courtney Woods. Here the Doctor uses a yo-yo that looks just like the one Tom Baker always played with. He used it to test gravity, but Peter Capaldi used it to save Courtney and to test the amniotic fluid. There was something of a Geronimo moment when the Doctor leapt over the cliff. He didn't say it, but I feel like we were all thinking it. She'd also been using psychic paper as a fake ID, and the Doctor thought that she was wearing a vortex manipulator. Then, of course, was all the Tumblr, which was totally great. The official Doctor Who team has one of the biggest accounts on Tumblr. They interact with the fandom more there than almost any other social platform, so if you're a big fan of Tumblr, check out the official Doctor Who Tumblr. I feel like the Doctor yelling at Courtney for posting all those pictures of him was just a reference to all the leaked pictures from the set. There were even pictures from this episode when they were filming on the beach in the spacesuits. Let me know if you spotted any other references, just write them below in the comments. But generally, I gave this episode a solid A-. I love the way it linked up several big moments in Doctor Who history between the Talk LaFauné and Planet of the Spiders. Courtney Woods totally acquitted herself nicely. I didn't expect to see her again so soon, and I don't know that she's going to be back before the end of the series. It's possible, but she's not listed on any of the cast lists so far. I know a lot of you weren't huge fans of her last week, but Clara was really the person in this episode that I didn't like as much. I feel like as a character, she's forgetting who the Doctor really is. They blur the lines a lot between Capaldi being a total alien to her and being her best friend. Deep Breath made it explicit that the Doctor was not here for our amusement, or her amusement. He's also not here to make decisions for people, so watching Clara get upset and cry like a baby wasn't a lot of fun. I feel like she was just forgetting that. It's funny how sometimes the children on Doctor Who are more adult than the adults. You really can't get mad at someone when all they promised you was an adventure. Like the Doctor never promises you will not die. Definitely a great episode. I am really wondering though what Danny Pink's really bad day was about. That'll definitely come back in a future episode, so don't worry. So I will be posting a Q&A for this tomorrow, so leave all your questions, and here's an explanation for that Doctor Who Legacy game giveaway. It's a game code that you guys can claim. I wrote it down in the description. It's good for the first 50,000 claims, so you guys should all be able to use it. But if you do have any questions about it, feel free to ask. But that's in addition to my regular giveaway. Big thank you to the Doctor Who Legacy people. But right now, you can click here to get the Q&A. I'll add the annotation as soon as I post it tomorrow. And you can click here for my Doctor Who Challenge video. Thank you so much for watching. So let's all high five. I'll see you guys tomorrow.